How's up, y'all? I was cracking this deep. About to react to this video, but honest, this is Leave Lizzo Alone. Shout out to my Patreon for requesting this video. Make sure y'all sign up for my Patreon if you want more control over the videos I watch. But yeah, we're gonna see why they're saying we should leave Lizzo alone. I do know that she gets a lot of, flack for twerking online and showing her body a lot. People seem to be on her head about that and say that she's attention seeking and she does too much. That's what I've gathered from, reading a few comments under her post or whatever. But, I feel like people are so quick to be like, oh, it's because she's big. And I don't necessarily think that's the case because people be on Meg the Stallion head also. And her body is everything. But they be like, damn, that's all she do is twerk. She always trying to show her body and do. So, I don't feel like Lizzo just gets hate because she's big. Like, I think people just always got something to say, honestly, about everybody. But, yeah, people be on Meg head too about twerking too much. So, I'm not saying that she don't get hate because she's big, because I definitely have seen it. I'm sure there are people who fat shame her, but not everybody is doing that. Anyway, let's see why he's saying we should leave Lizzo alone as well.
Lizzo is an artist who has taken over the world these past few years with her seamless blend of pop, R&B, and soul. Her breakthrough album, 'Cause I Love You, featured a ton of potential hits, back to back. And a great deal of the track list went on to become solidified hits, from Juice to Water Me to the #1 smash, Truth Hurts. The album's center focus is self-love and empowerment, which would explain why the cover of the album has Lizzo bearing it all, almost making a statement as to what the album's subject matter will consist of.
Right.
With this album, Lizzo broke a lot of long-standing stereotypes. She wasn't funny or the butt of every joke. She was not hiding who she was. She was not insecure. She was and is a self-assured woman embracing all of her flaws and herself. To put it quite simply, just not giving a fuck about what anyone has to say about her. And that's one thing that is so admirable about Lizzo. She really does not care what people have to say about her and genuinely seems to be happy with who she is. And those topics and that confidence is consistently explored in 'Cause I Love You from the very beginning with songs like Soulmate, where she talks about not needing anyone and being happy by herself with lyrics like, 'Cause I'm my own soulmate, I know how to love me, I know that I'm always gonna hold me down, yeah, I'm my own soulmate, no, I'm never lonely, I know I'm a queen, but I don't need no crown. On Juice, one of the best tracks in her discography, she's boastful and confident with every aspect of herself. With Like a Girl, she takes a different approach with her confidence, this time around embracing her femininity and encouraging others to do the same. Of course, she has a club banger with Tempo, which is one of her more ice-cold tracks with some really interesting and captivating production. And she ends the album with Lingerie, reinforcing the narrative that she's comfortable in her own skin. So if you got nothing else from that rundown of her album, I'm sure you got that Lizzo is confident as hell. But yet, people still seem to try to use her weight against her, despite how talented she is, the amazing years she's had. Out of all the great things she's achieved, her weight has become a center focus and even a meme of sorts, and it's quite sad. A few weeks ago, Saweetie was eating a mixture of McDonald's food and showing it off on her Instagram Live. Somehow that translated into Lizzo trending. Albeit, the people who made Lizzo trend did seem to have good intentions in calling out the double standards that would have happened if Lizzo had made a video like that. And although I do agree with that sentiment, I do think it's wrong in general to use Lizzo as a prop for arguments about weight that have absolutely nothing to do with her. Lizzo should not have been trending because Saweetie ate a burger. Some of you may say, well, honest, Lizzo's weight is only the topic of conversation because she forces it to the forefront of her image. And I'm only mentioning that because I've seen that argument be made before. But the fact of the matter is, Lizzo doesn't use her body or image any more or any less than, say, a Beyonce, Rihanna, Megan Thee Stallion, or any other body positive and beautiful female artist. All of those women, just as an example, have embraced their bodies and sexuality unapologetically within and even sometimes outside of their art. But you would never catch them trending because someone else ate a hamburger. People are just so used to seeing stereotypes of women who look like Lizzo not being confident or being a joke in the media. Since Lizzo is none of those things and is not ashamed of who she is and a very talented woman, they instantly make weight a focus because they've never seen a pop star who looks like her that fully embraces themselves. You could argue that the cheeks out at the basketball game were a bit extreme, and I could agree with that. But I do believe if, say, an artist like Rihanna did that, it would have not gotten such immense backlash. People want her to be ashamed of who she is, but she's not. Lizzo's not a joke. She is an artist, just like every other artist who fits the societal ideals, and she should be able to embrace her body and herself without her weight being the main focus. I can honestly say, Lizzo does nothing besides be herself. She's not in scandals, she has no drama or beef, and she makes some great tracks, and that's what the attention should be drawn to.
I agree with that, but then I don't because I I do feel like I've seen many posts, and I don't even follow Lizzo or keep up with what she's doing, but I've seen her trending on my homepage, quite a few times of being like naked or showing her body or twerking. And sure, it's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever you want, but you can't do that and not expect people to comment on your body. And I'm sure people will comment on her regardless because, it's the fucking internet. They're going to find anything they can say negative about you or try to twist some shit into some negative shit. So people will comment on her weight regardless, but the fact that she is so open with it and, putting it out there, it does give people more reason to speak on it. Like I said, like they do with Meg the Stallion. They speak on her body a lot because she shows her body a lot. She's twerking a lot. And it's like, sure, do your thing. Do what you like. But that kind of comes with the territory. People are going to talk more about it when you are putting it on, Front Street like that. So, yeah, I just feel like, it is what it is. But, shout out to Lizzo for being confident and loving herself and not being ashamed of her body. Like, I think that's amazing, and she should continue to do that. You shouldn't be ashamed of the way that you look just because you don't fit into this cookie cutter image of what society thinks a pop star should look like, So, shout out to her for doing that. I commend her for that. But at the same time, if you got your cheeks out and, you're doing all this and showing your body all over IG, like, people are going to say something about it, Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!